I have no father. My mom was in my life, but we all come from struggle. We all didn't have none of these, things figured out. So none of this stuff was given. I had to learn all this stuff on my own. 8 months ago, I was in the worst space of my life possible. Big, bloating, bad habits, no discipline, no consistency. And then fast forward 8 months later, I'm a whole different person. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy RAQMADEDJ back again with another video. And before we get into today's topic, I just want to apologize for being away for a couple of weeks. A lot has been happening behind the scenes. I've been getting settled in, moving into a new space, and preparing for roommates to move in. But now I'm back and ready to lock in, and today's video is going to be about consistency. Not motivation, not talent, not luck, but consistency. Because honestly speaking, that's the thing that changes everything. For me, a lot has been going on with just work, content, life, getting involved with digital marketing. It's been challenging in some way because my schedule has been changed due to me having to switch different departments and do a whole bunch of different stuff. So I feel like it was kind of like juggled a little bit. I also feel like I haven't been having the ability to lock in with the gym. I feel like a lot of stuff been going on behind the scenes that has not been allowing me to really lock in on my gym journey. It's like after that video got posted and after my most recent motivational video that I did about complacency, it just was like kind of a battle with just consistency within myself, not just for short form content, but long form content. It was some things that I could have done a little bit better, with some things that I could have adjusted on. But you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect and I'm striving to be perfect. And that's the whole purpose of me having my clothing brand, Determined to Win. Every single day is a chance to be the best version of yourself. Just because you had a bad day yesterday don't mean that tomorrow gonna have to be a bad day. Tomorrow can be a great day to make yesterday feel like it was nothing. As of lately, the move has been very stressful. Like the past 2 weeks, there's just been a lot going on. I feel like I didn't have enough time or enough notice to pack everything, yet alone like enough notice with the roommate situation. A lot of things could have been brought to my attention a lot sooner, in my opinion. I'm just excited. It's a new chapter of life. It's one thing about me, I like systems. I hate having things unorganized. You want to be able to walk through the crib with your own conscience available with no thought. I just feel like, having a crib on your own is really cool. It's dope. Since I've been on my own, I've been enjoying it, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, the move was crazy. I did get some stuff from my job. They gave me boxes. If you guys don't know, besides me doing content right now, I'm currently working inside of a warehouse. I like my job. It's pretty cool. I'm also learning skills, building relationships. I'm just very appreciative of that and my ability to be able to navigate the space very, very well. And then people, looking at me in the way of leadership is really motivating, to see that kind of progression of myself. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited. I'm looking to transfer from that position in the warehouse to move into digital marketing. Well, right now and last week, I say it's been very well. Going in, learning the webinars, and just seeing how the atmosphere works in regards to the digital marketing world and how sales work and things of that nature. So I'm very happy and very excited and proudful of those things as well. You feel me? I feel like God has just been aligning me with a whole bunch of different things that I have already had, and I'm just giving more access to use those tools and get more knowledge of those things and just keep giving back to people at the same time. I also learned being away from people is really tremendous to your growth. I've been having people call me, text me, stuff like that, and I just have not been answering the phone. I feel like I've grown so much from that point, and I feel like God has just helped me prosper. There's been trial, tribulation, there's been errors and things of that nature along the way, and I'm proudful even of those moments, because in those moments, that's when you really find out who you really are. That's when those moments really test your patience and really test your discipline, really test your mental capacity of life as a whole, you feel me? And if you give in to those things that potentially can bring you down or potentially going to bring you down, it's really hard to navigate that space and try to move and continue to elevate. So that's why I'm like, nah, I don't want to have people texting me. I don't want to be in the way. I'm very out the way, out the mix. When people see me, it's going to be like 6 to 8 months, 2 years, a year. Because one thing about me, I like to go away and come back and shine just a little bit. I don't flex. Isolation for me is the best thing that helped me with that. So if you guys can relate, make sure y'all comment down below. I learned that being away comes with growth, and with growth takes time. Honestly, the new space means a lot to me. More opportunities, more networking, more skills, more development, more personal growth, more brand growth. And then on top of that, the guys in the space with me get to network within that space, and we all help each other. 2 extra heads is better than my own head, and I feel like, you know, all the vibes is genuine and we all getting along and thriving and doing our own different thing, but also doing group stuff at the same time will be very dope. And then, you know, who knows, they could possibly want to tag into doing content, want to tag into doing gaming, want to tag into clothing brand, want to tag into the media space, you know what I'm saying? And I'm already doing this stuff myself, or also tag into the music. I'm already doing this stuff myself. So I feel like I'm adding so many different things to the space to make the space a space. And not only that, they have somewhat of a role model. That's why I'm like, okay, dang, you know, it's a different feeling, it's a different atmosphere, different vibe. But I feel like this is where I need to be. I feel like this is that new chapter that I was looking for. I already made 2 transitions from getting out of my old environment to going into that space, being in that space for 7 months, and then going to a new space. It's like, dang, you know, that's a lot, you know. And I took on the initiative to be like, hey, if they want to put roommates with me, that's fine. Mentally, I've been feeling a lot better lately. The past 2 weeks was really frustrating because I had to do all the packing, the moving, and the cleaning, the sweeping, mopping, doing all that fun stuff, and then preparing to move into the new space. So it was a lot of like anxiety, I would say. When new things tend to come around or things happen that I am unaware of, I kind of be on the fence a little bit as to trying to see what's going to be going on. Example, me moving into a new space. I didn't really know how it would look or how it would feel being in a new space, but I also knew I was taking on a new challenge, not in a negative way, in a way of, okay, you got people staying with you now. We got to, you know, game plan differently. We got to move differently. So what can I do to help build an ecosystem? We have figured that out along the way, but mentally, I feel like I was in a space of anxiety a little bit, the unknowns and anticipating what could happen. I didn't sleep first 3 days being into the space. I don't know. I just kept waking up at like 3 in the morning, and I'm like, nah, man, this don't feel right. Like, why do I keep waking up, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning? It's a little weird. And then I'm getting like 4 to 5 hours of sleep, but I'm also coming home when I get off work extremely tired too. So I was keeping that in mind as well. You feel me? So I'm like, okay, I'm coming home from work. I'm tired. You know, I'm physically worn out from the job. I'm also anticipating new roommates. Got to pack the crib up. This, that, and the third. So a lot of anxiety and pressure was being built up, but I feel like I'm good now. A lot of the stuff kind of settled down a little bit. I'm feeling okay. The guys has yet to move in, so I'm just hoping and praying that this all work out. You know, I'm leaving it up to God and just see how this work. You know. So yeah, but mentally, I was struggling, but I've been doing a lot better. But all in all, the main thing I learned is being consistent. It's not about being perfect. Even when you're tired, even when life gets busy, even when things don't go as planned, you keep showing up because every day you're building something. Maybe you can't see it just yet, but you're building it. It was a time where I wanted to quit YouTube. 6 years ago, I was just getting into YouTube. I'm not really knowing how to edit, not knowing how titles work, not knowing how thumbnails work, and I really wanted to just give up and say forget it all as a whole because I felt like I didn't have no motivation or no proof within myself. It was a time in my life where I was overweight. 8 months ago, I was in the worst space of my life possible. Big, bloating, bad habits, no discipline, no consistency. And then fast forward 8 months later, I'm a whole different person. So I'm like, this is insane. You know, and having that consistency is really the thing that paid off the most for me. And honestly, there was times where I was stuck financially too. I couldn't do a whole bunch of different things that I wanted to do because I had no financial discipline, no guidance, no one really sitting me down, teaching me investments, how to do the right things with my money, how to put my money up, how to invest. Truth be told, no one is going to tell you these things ever. It's just going to be a point in your life where you have to lock in, write all these things down and use them as notes and as guidance of your own, and then you can pass it down to your children or people that are around you, well, who you feel like need this information. I'm thankful that God has been giving me so much grace with financial stability because I'm still learning that myself right now, even at the current age that I'm at now. I have no father. My mom was in my life, but we all come from struggle. We all didn't have none of these, things figured out. So none of this stuff was given. I had to learn all this stuff on my own. And honestly, I never was a school kind of guy. Like, I never really wanted to go the school route. I just knew school wasn't for me. I always seen myself being an entrepreneur, just doing all these different creative things because God created us to be creative. And if you're not being creative, you're not being God's child because God created us to create. That's why he gave us life. I feel like for me, I've been embracing my creator side a lot more. It's honestly been opening a lot of doors for me personally, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially. And then it's also been holding me accountable and also keeping me stable, stability-wise too, in regards to my discipline. So I'm just very grateful and very humble for real. Like, God has been doing his big one for me, and I'm just a living testimony. I just want you guys to know that it's possible if you put the work in. Even when you're tired, even when life gets busy, trust me, consistency was something I honestly had to learn too myself. Especially my brothers and sisters watching this, we tend to watch people blow up with overnight success, but what they don't show is the years of work, the sacrifices, the consistency. If you're genuinely trying to build something for yourself, don't quit because it takes longer than expected. Honestly, just keep showing up, keep improving, keep learning, and keep working. Honestly, just trust me, your future self will honestly thank you and pat you on the back for the sacrifices that you made early on. The reason I wanted to make this video is because consistency is something I'm working on right now too. I'm still learning, I'm still growing, I'm still improving just like everybody else. But one thing I know for sure is this: it may not be overnight, it may not be next week, it may not be next month, but eventually it will. If you enjoyed today's video, hit that like button. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe. Drop one comment down below. It's your boy RAQMADEDJ. Stay consistent, stay focused, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace.